Spit. He accidentally spit out his drink. Spill. She accidentally spilled her coffee on the table. Splash. She likes to splash in puddles when it rains. Skip. She skipped merrily through the park. Poke. He used a straw to poke through a plastic cup lid for his drink. Pet. She gently petted the sleeping cat. Pinch. Stop pinching. Sniff. He sniffed his clothes. Yawn. She would often yawn when she stayed up late studying. Blink. Don't forget to blink regularly to keep your eyes moist. Stare. He would often stare out of the window. Roll one's eyes. The teenager rolled his eyes at his parents' advice. Don't roll your eyes, it's not polite. Cover one's eyes. She had to cover her eyes when the horror scene came on TV. Wink. She winked at me. Plug one's ear. She told him to plug his ear to protect it from the loud music. Nod. She said nothing but simply nodded as if understanding perfectly. Shake one's head. Don't shake your head without hearing the whole story. Shrug. He didn't know the answer, so he shrugged. Flip. My dad always knows when to flip the pancake. Flip one's hair. It's a habit for her to flip her hair. Flick. She tried to flick away a mosquito. Kneel. She knelt down to tie her shoelaces. Bend. The yoga instructor taught us how to bend and stretch. Trip. She tripped while hiking. Slip. He slipped on the wet floor. A slip is about losing balance on a slippery surface, while a trip is stumbling due to obstacles or uneven surface. Crawl. The baby learned to crawl before taking their first steps. Kick. He kicked the soccer ball. Tiptoe. He tried to tiptoe to avoid waking up his roommate. Whisper. She whispered a secret to her best friend. Frown. She frowned when I mentioned his name. Giggle. She would often giggle with her friends while sharing funny stories. Tickle. She couldn't stop giggling when he tried to tickle her. Pick one's nose. Don't pick your nose. Blow one's nose. Don't blow your nose loudly in a quiet place. Wiggle one's toes. She likes to wiggle her toes. Whistle. She taught her child how to whistle for the first time. Chew. He chewed a piece of bubblegum and blew a big bubble. Lick. She offered her friend a lick of her lollipop. Sip. He sipped the fine wine. Squat. Squatting is a great exercise for building leg strength. Lift. She can lift heavy weights at the gym. Pull. They had to pull the curtains closed to block out the sunlight. Tug. The dog tugged at the leash, eager for a walk. Tug often implies a quick or sudden pull, with a bit more force than what might be needed for a simple pull. Push. He had to push the button repeatedly because the doorbell wasn't working. Punch. She punched Jack in the face. Slap. I slapped him hard across the face. Beat. He beat the drum rhythmically. Iron. It takes about 5 minutes to iron a shirt. Squeeze. Cut the lemon in half and squeeze the juice. Squash. She watched the chef squash garlic. Crumple. He crumpled the piece of paper and threw it into the trash. Wring. He wrung the cloth to remove excess water. Rub. He yawned and rubbed his eyes. Water. Don't water the plant if the soil is already moist. Stir. She asked him to stir the sugar into her coffee. Sink. The ship began to sink slowly into the deep ocean. Snap one's finger. She snapped her fingers with the music. Knock. Don't forget to knock before entering someone's room. Wipe. She wiped her tears away with a tissue. Cross one's arms. He crossed his arms, waiting for an explanation. Cross one's leg. She casually crosses her leg during conversations. Shake. They greeted each other and shook hands. Wave. They waved to their friend from across the street. Scratch. He needed to scratch his itchy mosquito bite. Clap. The audience clapped and cheered. Point. She pointed at the beautiful sunset in the distance. Quiz. He doesn't like vegetables, so he spit out. He doesn't like vegetables, so he spit it out. Don't sip your coffee while it's hot. Don't sip your coffee while it's hot. She at him. She frowned at him. Many people in the audience in agreement. Many people in the audience nodded in agreement. He decided to flip a coin to make the decision. He decided to flip a coin to make the decision. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.